I was hit by a car just over 2.5 years ago. I received multiple broken arms. Yes, both of them. And now, well, I'm finally ready to talk about some of it. Welcome back to TomiNation. I'm back.
Welcome.
I bought some new equipment. Get low. And I got to apologize for giving such mid-NPC vibes at the time past. I've been delulu touching too much grass. It's time to climb back in my sim, pull out my main character energy, get lit, slay fire, and stupidly riz myself to all my fresh and refined subs. Daddy's back. IYKYK. And got a whole bunch of lacerations and bruising and bleeding and blah. That's the main reason for the large absence. At the same time, I'm currently amongst a legal battle with the other driver's insurance company, so it's very much been kind of lay low. Yeah, I got glasses. Nerd alert. I wear glasses now. The reason I got those glasses is actually for another video as well. The Mantathlon, which I participated in. Great times. I have been working on lots of different projects, but it's a bit of a sensitive time in that there's legal stuff going on, and like I broke this collarbone, my clavicle as well. So if this starts getting a bit wonky, it's just because I'm all broke. This video is a long overdue update after my motorcycle crash, but I'm actually not going to go into those details too much because I'm releasing another video on that and it's actually pretty epic. But because of all the legal ramifications and that kind of thing, I'm really not looking to put too much out there. So this is about understanding what I'm ready to share and get back into making videos and embracing where I'm at right now. So, do you like roller coasters as much as my mental health does? Or is it surfing? Either way, we've been riding some waves. Have you ever had a date tell you you're a bit specky? My mum always said I was special, but doesn't everyone's? That's not what my date meant. I'm such a special boy. Have you ever thought, where the hell am I going with my life? What am I actually doing? I've really been able to relate to Jackie Chan's documentary, Who Am I?
I want to know who I am. Are you? Someone bring my memory back.
You'll never know who you are.
Those realizations of how deeply my identity was tied to physical activities. Just all of a sudden having all this free time instead of every night, almost every night, playing futsal, indoor soccer, mixed team, men's team, don't play on a women's team, or didn't play on a women's team, but never say never. No, never. Going from being someone who could and would pretty much have a go at anything to not being able to exercise or participate in a lot of things, which I absolutely love. Took a lot of sleepless nights and adjusting to come to terms with all of that. I used to play indoor soccer 4 nights a week on 6 different teams. Turns out that was too much futsal. How the accident forced an unplanned break from everything I loved. Sports, socializing, riding my motorbike, and even dating. The initial frustration I had of watching my fitness disappear while I couldn't do anything about it. Like, just, I'm so unfit. And that's another reason why I wasn't motivated to share that information and be like, oh, hey guys.
Wait.
Hey, you guys, seriously, I'm fucking fine. Seriously, guys, I'm fucking fine.
This year is shaping up to be a bloody good one for me. First quarter down, I've made progress on all fronts. Some minor setbacks, but check this out. This month, I have a brand new car being delivered. Next month, I've got my final medical examination for my lawyers on my side of the legal thing. And later on in the year, I've got a return flight booked to Byron Bay, which is like a nice area. It's where Chris Hemsworth grew up. So yeah. heading up there. It's a nice spot. I've been really excited. I've been test driving cars. I test drove one on the weekend. That was more to confirm that I didn't want that car because I'd had all these reviews saying, oh, this is such a good car. It's a great car, blah, blah, blah. So I went out and test drove it and it's not the car for me. New car, final medical assessment, holiday booked. How good is this? Bam, bam, bam. If you're new here, grab your passport from under that subscribe button. And if you want to catch flights with me straight away, then hit that bell icon to get notified immediately. Since hiring lawyers to represent me, I've wondered if it was the right choice or if I should have just carried on the best that I could. The ongoing legal process has had a large emotional toll on my everyday life. I think about everything I do and how it relates to my case. And it's not something that I wish upon anyone, but it could become worth it in the end. It's my first time doing this, so I really have no idea. I've been avoiding many things because of the ongoing lawsuit, but also because I've been struggling with my self-image and also my physical limitations. For instance, I haven't been recording and posting videos, doing risk-adverse activities like snowboarding or wakeboarding, because I know that if I injure myself doing something like that, I will effectively throw the whole case out because I'll have some other injury and they'll be like, oh no, that was caused by snowboarding or wakeboarding or whatever. I haven't been running or playing soccer because my doctors and my physios said that I shouldn't because of my back and my neck pain. I haven't been seeking any extras work or acting work, which is something that I was really excited to get into and pursue, but I've just had to hit pause on that and not go after that, which is really frustrating. Cooking at home, because I get easily frustrated with my left hand because it's of the numbness and the lack of coordination. Like when I'm cutting things or stirring things, like I really need to focus and I'm still dropping things or like slow at doing things, and it's really frustrating. And I'm also quite paranoid about burning myself because I have burnt myself a few times and I don't feel it straight away, and then I'm like, oh. So anyway, you guys know what burns are. Don't tune out just because I said mental health. I've had a lot of struggles over the last 2.5 years, and even to this day, like it's not something that just fixes itself overnight. For some people it might. For the longest time, I was really frustrated with new people I was talking to or explaining my situation to, asking if I was back on the motorcycle, which got wrecked, along with both my arms, my neck, my back,
my back, lick my
other areas, lacerations. That one kind of looks like a crack. And my left hand, or my clutching hand. So my motorbike license got revoked because I can't use the clutch properly on the motorbike. And I found it really easy to kind of think like depressive thoughts.
Marvin, I've been talking to the ship's computer and it hates me.
When I was going through this conversation, I tended to isolate myself from family and friends because to me it was like Groundhog Day. This conversation, oh, hey, how are you? How's the recovery going? What are you up to? It's just like Groundhog Day, the same conversation, just like, oh yeah, same, not much has changed. Like it's hard to keep track of all the different people I've told all the different things to. So back then I really wanted to make a YouTube video which just kind of explained my whole situation, but the whole legal side of things prevented me from doing that. And yeah, maybe I was all up in my head about it, but at the same time, it was something that I couldn't do. And so I was having these conversations and it was just, I didn't want my whole persona to become guy that got hit by a car because like that's, nobody really wants that. So, and I mean like,
sick boy, bitten by a tick boy, looking for that fix boy.
It is what happened. It is what it is. But again, it's temporary. It's just whatever. I also ended up pausing my dating life because I found that when I was going on dates or when I was dating when I was with someone in a relationship, I couldn't be fully present because I was always thinking about the next thing I have to do, the next appointment I'm going to, all the medication that I'm on, the huge mental load on me. Plus, I haven't been as confident with my self-image because I've put on quite a bit of weight. Maybe I'll put it up here. It's like, oh, we're going on a date. Oh, my nice date clothes don't fit anymore. Jeans and a t-shirt. It it is again. So that's what I was defaulting to. I refused to buy extra large clothes because I feel like that's giving into it, but also maybe I'm just a tight ass and not wanting to spend money. I also found that I was having unexpected loud outbursts at other cars, idiots driving.
Loud noises!
Which was really out of character for me. It kind of caught me off guard, like expletive, you, that, whatever. Luckily, when I'm driving, my windows are generally up and I'm often driving myself to and from work, going to the shops to buy groceries. So I'm not driving a people mover filled with children. Some days just like not wanting to get out of bed, just wanting to stay in bed, keep sleeping, low mood, low motivation, not wanting to do anything, not wanting to get up. What was I going to do? So many of the things I love that I can't do or that I'm limited. I don't want to have these conversations all the time. Bed was pretty good. Having to keep a close eye on the insurance company of the other driver, the driver that hit me, because they had to make payments to me because I couldn't work and they wouldn't always pay me on time. So I'm expecting money and it's not there. And I'm like, hey, why haven't you paid me? And they're just like, oh, we forgot, or that kind of thing. So that was actually a huge mental toll. And I'd created this in-depth spreadsheet, which was probably way too detailed, but I think it's going to really help me in the long run with my lawyers to be able to say, these are all the payments they paid me. These are for medication. These are for travel, because I had to chase them up for everything, because in the beginning I couldn't drive. I had 2 broken arms. So I didn't have a car or a motorbike or any transport. So I was very thankful that my parents lent me a car, which I could drive when I was able to. And that was super helpful. I think it was their way of stopping me from buying another motorbike, but I can't be sure. Anyway, it was really nice and I'm super grateful for that. I had to track all the medication costs as well. I found that taking breaks from alcohol was really good for me for a number of reasons, like starting with just because I felt a lot better and I felt a lot more clear-minded, clear-headed, and was able to kind of focus on things more easily. Like I found that I take so much medication, and when I was taking the medication after I was drinking or when I was really tired, I was a lot worse at remembering, worse at being vigilant and motivated, or just doing it. I was worse at doing it. Also, just the health benefits, because I'm not exercising as much. I didn't want to keep drinking as much alcohol because it's easy to pack on the beer belly. Also, the cost saving, the price just keeps going up and up. And being a big guy, when I'm drinking regularly, for me, it gets really expensive. And also sometimes when I have a few drinks, I get a bit generous and then I'm spending way too much money. Just random people, oh, you're standing next to me, do you want a drink? But also some of the medication that I'm on, especially the latest medication, I am on Trileptal, oxcarbazepine. The pharmacist told me that I shouldn't have alcohol with it, so that's an easy no-brainer. Spoilers for what's coming up later. Saving money, not mixing it with my meds. Even just the process of tracking medication, my doctor's appointments. I see my GP every 28 days. I've never seen a doctor so much in my life. Oh, that might not be true. For this long a period, where we're getting to know each other pretty well. Got a bit of a routine. Yeah, when you're taking like 15 pills a day, I had to get a little pill box with morning, noon, and night, because originally I was like keeping track of things, but this medication that I'm on and another one that I'm on called gabapentin, I had to increase my dosage every 2 weeks. That really kind of did my head in. So I've got this calendar of like, it's detailed, not convoluted. I've got my medication is tricky. Have to increase it every 2 weeks for 3 months. So I've done that. This will be the 4th time that I've done that. So I had to do it 3 times with the gabapentin because it wasn't working, and so there were different dosages. A few visits to the neurologist. Heavy mental load. Just I'm always thinking about all of that stuff. That's what I miss about running, I think, is getting in the zone, putting some music on. Yeah. Delivery of my car got delayed and they don't know when it's coming. My barrister said the neurologist I'm scheduled to see has been writing some dodgy reports and we have to cancel the appointment next month. I remembered that Byron Bay has had all its beaches recently destroyed in the floods and from Cyclone Alfred. No matter how many setbacks life throws my way, I never see them as game over, just as side quests. My new car? Unknown. My doctor? Cancelled. Byron Bay? Wrecked. But guess what? I'm still hyped for what's next. These are the moments where I lost some battles and frustration could have taken over. My car got delayed, my neurologist got cancelled, and Byron got wrecked. But you know what didn't get wrecked? That subscribe button. Go ahead and click it before my plots get twisted. Feeling like my world had shrunk. I'd lost futsal, snowboarding, wakeboarding, running, struggling with my weight gain, and how it impacts my confidence. And not just physically, but mentally. I guess confidence is mostly mentally. Avoiding social gatherings and feeling distant from friends and family didn't feel normal. The psychological impact of having less control over my body and my daily routine, having to sleep with a contraption on my arm that limited questioning who I was if I couldn't do the things I love. It's been a journey. Having the legal deadlines written down and in the foreseeable future has actually been really good to have a recorded light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, because for the last 2.5 years I've been thinking, in 6 months this will all be done, and inevitably a month goes by, 2 months go by, 6 months, and I'm still in that exact same kind of mindset of in 6 months this will all be wrapped up. And I understand right now I think it could be wrapped up in 6 months, but I'm in no way expecting that because I've got an appointment next month and then I've got another appointment in July. So they're the main two, and I think that it can take a long time for lawyers to talk to each other and go through that whole process. So I'm also managing my expectations. Even though I think most of it could get wrapped up by the end of this year, I'm in no way holding my breath because that is painful when it goes wrong. Better understanding of my finalized injuries and what my new normal looks like. I'm really hoping to be able to go snowboarding this year. It's actually my favorite holiday in Australia. I'd like to work with a personal trainer or physiotherapist or maybe both and understand plan for me to get stronger, get fitter, and come up with something reasonable that I can just focus on and get better, stronger, fitter, whatever. I'd like to get back into running, even though I find it incredibly boring. It was really good for my mental health. I'll make another video about that. I did a whole year of running and it was good for my mental health and also my fitness. Who knew? Yeah. Realizing and understanding that I actually had no time for hobbies before because I was playing so much futsal. I was drowning in it. A shift in perspective. Fatness is temporary. It's not an identity. It's not my identity. Although currently, whatever. Understanding that recovery isn't just physical, it's also mental, and finding the right psychologist is like dating. It's okay to move on from someone who doesn't fit. That was good to find out. Accepting that this was an opportunity for me to reset and reevaluate goals and things, hobbies, stuff that I'd wanted to do for such a long time, but never actually found the time because I was always playing futsal, and actually making plans towards making those goals happen. Things that I've ignored for years, but always just vaguely been oh yeah, I want to do this. And then just playing soccer all the time. The realization that my identity isn't just what I do, it's who I am. And that hasn't really changed. Realizing, acknowledging, and calling myself out on mental health struggles was actually pretty important, and something that I recommend you keep in check and sort of check in with yourself about, because it's easy to go for these extended periods of not feeling the best or not wanting to get up out of bed or that kind of thing, and not really understanding sort of methods of grounding yourself and exercises you can do to help you sleep better, because I found that often I would lay in bed and my mind would just be racing about, oh, this, that, like all the different things that I've got to do. How can I do this better? How can I be more efficient? How can I get this over and done with? Weight is, so just time and stress and all of that. So acknowledging that, having a professional that you can talk to about all of the intricacies of your specific situation, because it is well and good to talk about it with friends and family, and I have done that, but it's also, I didn't want to bring that to social situations and kind of drop a mood in any way. Like, so there's a time and a place, and I understand that, but it's good to have a professional. Their purpose is to help you get through this stuff and process it and understand it and navigate your feelings and the different aspects of what makes you feel this way and that way. And like, I didn't realize how bad I was, I guess, at that part of things. So I found it really helpful to be able to talk to somebody and also just get like a professional's opinion of what's reasonable, what's unreasonable, and that kind of thing, because it's all well and good to talk to friends and get different opinions, but I found it has been really helpful to get a professional's opinion whose job is specifically trained in this area. So it's been really helpful, and I'm so lucky that in Australia, the driver of the car that hit me's insurance company agreed to pay for my therapist. So that is super helpful for me, and they've paid for multiple doctors and physios that I've seen, and I'm super lucky. I guess people that have been to therapy or that regularly go to therapy may understand this or hear this the loudest, because I have found that there's been like multiple times when you just kind of chit chat for a while and like talking about different things, and then last 10-15 minutes come and you're like, oh, and this and this and this, and like have your breakthrough moments, and then it's like, right, getting through all this juicy stuff, and you feel like you're really making some progress, and then it's next week, in a fortnight, same time, and it's like, So what I've tried to do is write things down as I think of them throughout the fortnight and have like an organized calendar note, and then say this, that, and the other, so that when I go there, I can open it up and I can say, oh, so this, or we can pick up where we left off last time and that kind of thing. So yeah, that is that side of things. Write things down. I'm still getting a fast, brand new car, and it's coming in less than 3 to 5 weeks. And when it does, I'm going to be driving the fastest car that I've ever owned. The next update I got from the dealership a couple of weeks later means it won't be here for 4 to 6 weeks from today, and that was a few days ago. So, bit of a delay. Dodgy medical report? No thanks. I'd rather wait for a solid report from a reputable doctor. I have to cough up the funds for these reports, and it's a couple of grand. Byron Bay might be rebuilding, but it's still going to be the start of summer, and maybe I can help rebuild some of our beautiful beaches, and I'll still get to go for a swim. Next up, my quarterly quests, where some goals I've been absolutely slain, and others, well, I'm spreading fire by getting lit. No cap. Skibbity. Shifting from long-term goal setting to quarterly quests. Instead of setting one goal per year, I execute multiple quests each quarter. I write them all down and I kind of come up with a little plan. A brief summary of my last quarterly quests: reading, drinking, reviving, sorting, writing, singing, finalizing, finding, finishing, taking. I've decided my next video will be about my past and future or current quarterly quests. I'll go through them in a little bit more detail. What was successful, what I failed at, or what failed me, and what I'm going to do next time. Stay tuned for episode 1 of Quarterly Quests. To give a special shout out to Ali Abdal with his quarterly quest technique that I picked up in a course that he did. It's really great. 4 times as many goals. Shout out to Beck, who is off riding horses inside a volcano whilst simultaneously riding them on a beach. She's got some skills. Enjoy your honeymoon. Your wedding was epic. Had so much fun. My family, I really got to thank everyone for just always being there to support me, reaching out, giving me calls. My immediate family, it's been so nice. And a special shout out to Louis, who I was chatting to about this video a few days ago. I didn't get around to releasing it like I said I would. I didn't feel like just, you know, releasing a really crappy video. Not to say this one's not. Anyway, a shout out to my friends for being super supportive. I really appreciate Luke, who's been my sober and my gig buddy. It's been awesome to kind of navigate that with you, and really appreciate all the tips and the chats and just all the shit talking. Special shout out to Doug, who manages to follow me up every time about TomiNation whenever we hang out. So this video is for you. That's it. It's time to climb back in my sim, pull out my main character energy, get lit, slay fire, and skibbity riz myself to all my fresh and refined subs. Daddy's back. IYKYK.